perspective, either in what they're using or how they're using it, or similar for lab tests. Can lab tests be grouped together in order to use reagents more efficiently? Are there cases like that that come to your mind?
Yes. Are you talking about something that is called VOC? Do you know what volatile organic compounds are?
Oh, sure.
Volatile.
Like VOC? Yeah.
VOCs. Because, you are telling me about something that we are very much into. I'm very interested in this research. And especially, for example, I'm going to put you the scenario that your client prefers, of course. This is beneficial for him. If you have a patient that is under anesthesia or with gases, and you want to recognize metabolic changes, this is the way with volatile organic compounds, VOCs. The thing is, nowadays, it's quite difficult. You need an analyzer by the theater or by the critical care unit to analyze that sample of gases. You collect that into, I guess your client will know how this works if they are in the field. But you just basically analyze certain exhaled gases or metabolites that guide you on how things are going. It's true that the anesthesia period is very short, so you need to be very accurate, or you need to have a continuous monitoring of what is going on to understand what is happening and to detect it. So in that moment, if the client is looking for to develop a device that is telling the anesthetist how things are going, it's a very good idea. But you need this operational analysis and operational data to be able to do something, because if you detect, I don't know, an elevation of ammonia in the middle of the operation, maybe this is guiding you about metabolic dysfunction of the patient, or a rhabdomyolysis as an adverse event of the gases, or any reaction. For example, this could be a very good use. Indeed, for example, in those syndromes, I don't want to go deep on that, but those syndromes that are adverse effect or consequences of anesthesia, like neuroleptic malignant syndrome or malignant hyperthermia, you cannot detect them anyhow except by an elevation of the CO2. That's the single little thing, but you need to be quite sharp on, very attentive on what's going on to detect those.
So what I should what I should do, I mentioned earlier having kind of a hypothetical scenario to play out to you to kind of get your reaction to it. And I think that's one that'll be helpful here, because that sort of spells out like the particular questions we're trying to dig into, which can be kind of slippery to get at for this particular question. And then the kind of once I've played that out, I'll kind of get your thoughts, because basically I'm going to be pitching there, hey, if we think of pricing this service around here, does that sound high to you? Does it sound low to you? Does it sound like unusual compared with other models? And I think that walking through that will also help to define what kind of examples might also help to illuminate the question. So let me try reading that off and see where that leads us. So the particular scenario, if we think about what as hospital equipment goes, is a fairly small piece of hospital equipment. And when I say small, I'm thinking large in terms of what the costs of the equipment are. And